In this video, I'm going to flip through the month of June in my Erin Condren Monthly Planner to see how I used it functionally, what I like, and what I might change going forward. Hi, I'm Kristen, and I post functional planning videos on my channel. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed, and I'll be right back. Do a flip through of June and talk about how June went, and I think we might go ahead and also just do a quick flip through of the whole year, because I've been in this planner for an entire year and I just think I want to show it off. So let's see. So here's June. I kept it really clean. I used some of the Erin Condren stickers just because they matched, but I just kind of, I don't know, they're not it for me. And I've noticed more and more as time goes on is that as much as I love the idea of these stickers, I'm not sure that monthly sticker book is right for me. We'll see what happens when the new one comes out, if they've changed it at all. I might get it if it's mostly deco. Even though I'm a functional planner and I love functional stickers, the Erin Condren functional stickers don't work for me for a lot of different reasons. It's hard for my pen, like I have to let it dry for some reason. My pens, I like gel pens and they always like to smear. And so the functional stickers that come on those sheets just I don't use most of them. And I also don't really like the foiling. It's pretty, but not in my planner, I think. I don't know. I think I just don't want it anymore. I also don't think that they really match. I don't think that they're really taking enough consideration into what the actual planner pages look like when they're designing the sticker book. It doesn't match what, you know, of course it's not even going to match the other, like the floral planners and stuff, but it doesn't. The main color will match the monthly color, but I don't know. It's just not, it's not working for me right now. And even most of the deco I don't end up using, even though I like the deco. So I think it's probably a no-go. But we'll see what the new one when they come out with that, what the new one looks like. On here, on the Plan With Me, there was a bucket list sticker from Planner Kate that said have a barbecue, and it was red. I'm gonna kind of see if I can't show you here. I don't know if it's gonna even, I don't want to rip it. So it said have a barbecue and it had a red grill on it. But then I realized later when I was looking at my stickers that there was a matching grill on a different sheet, which was the Doodle 6 sheet for the month of June. And I just put it over top of there because it looked way better. And then I also have, you know, I have the one thing I did different this month that's kind of tripped me up is that I put the races in and then only the sprint race. So I'm a big Formula One fan, and normally I would have like the qualifying and the time that the qualifying event was, and then the Grand Prix, and then some weekends have a sprint, which means there's 2 qualifying sessions. There's one for the sprint and one for the Grand Prix. Anyway, it was a lot, and so I thought, well, what if I just put the main events on here and then I look at my cheat sheet that I have in the front, or I just use my phone calendar that's synced with the Formula One schedule. And it wasn't normal, so I forgot it was a sprint weekend. Even though I wrote it in on my plans, it kind of tripped me up a little bit. I didn't miss it. I watched everything, but I did notice that there was, like, it did affect my actual day. Like whenever I was going through the day, that did affect it. So I am changing that going forward in my new planner. I have decided, I'm gonna just kind of grab it and show you. I still only have that it's a race weekend here, but then on the dashboard I have the actual times of qualifying in the race. There aren't any sprints, but there's space here if I needed to add a sprint time column. And I think that's gonna work better, and then I can filter that into the weeks as we dial in, and then this is more of like a bird's eye view. So I think that's what is gonna work going forward. And then these here I have these Planner Kate V5 labels, and then they have the matching times that fit perfectly in the little spot there. I really love those, and I love anything that like works together like that. The problem I have is that all of the events that I have that are timed tend to be at 7 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And I don't use any of the other stickers on the sheet. And so I don't think I'm going to be buying the times anymore. And then because of that, I'm probably not even going to be buying the appointment labels anymore, because I really just like the versatility of these plain, these are just called the simple labels, and they're one of the V listings. And so I think that's what, I'm going to do from now on as I run out of these, which I keep in my reusable sticker book here based on like the monthly color. As I run out of those, I think I'm just going to replace them with just the labels, and they're just way more versatile. I can write in them, I can put icons in them, I can put scripts in them, and they're just always going to work. So I think that is how I think a better sticker purchase for me in the future. And then I of course love the BW icons, and I will continue to purchase those. These ones are not BW icons. These were still some leftover ones I had from another shop, but Kate did give us some. I'm looking to see if we have any to show you. There are some BW icons that match the checkered flags now, so I still love that. I still am going to do that, and I use some just to indicate certain things that are recurring, and I have a little icon like key here. I love it, and I'm going to keep doing it like that. And then of course I redate my monthly spread to be a Monday start, and I'll continue to do that. I do like having it like the white background, so I don't buy like the sticker kit to do it. These were some that I made for myself, which you can get on Etsy if you want some. My shop is linked in the description. I did something different going forward, and I'll just flip to a random month. And I just used this set from Planner Kate. This is an old add-on sheet that you can find in like the 2023. It's a days and dots in the add-on listings for the weekly kits. And I just did it that way. And then I used the little dots that were on there to write in the dates for like the previous month and the next month. So that's how I've done it for my new planner. I still love the Monday start, and I'll keep doing that. And then the week numbers I've done. Using the sidebar as a to-do list is working great for me, and I'm going to keep doing that as well. Then when we look at the dashboard, I have changed planner styles. So this is a monthly planner, and the dashboard looks a little bit different than the dashboard on, here's what it looks like. It's got like this tracker and this. And then the dashboard on the new life planners is like this, like the one that you're probably familiar with. So I loved when they introduced the monthly planner and put the dashboard on the left. And I was excited to try a new dashboard layout, but I ended up not liking this tracking. It's just not functional. And I've never used these. It says goals, important dates, important projects. I never used these for what they were for. And so I am happy to be going forward into the life planner to have this as the dashboard. Just kind of a little more versatile for what I need it for. But in the meantime, I had constantly changed up how I used my dashboard pages. And we'll look at a couple. I'm not going to flip through all the weeks. Whenever we do the full year, I'll flip through and we'll look at all the dashboard pages at least, because I know those are the ones people need a lot more inspiration on a lot of times, is how to use the dashboard pages. And so this is just, I always like to have a space for family type notes, especially for school things that come up throughout the month. And we're in summer right now, so I don't have that. So I just used this section just for the pool hours for our neighborhood pool, because that's something that I tend to look up a lot. And then I used this for a reading list, which I didn't really care for it. And it wasn't big enough for my writing. In the future, I still want to track my reading, and I'm kind of like still kind of mulling over how I want to do that. I should have put it over here, and I just thought this would be a better spot for it. But I read a lot. I read on my Kindle, and then I also listen to audiobooks, and I listen to them at like a fast speed, and so I get through a lot. And there's actually more books that need to go on this list, and I'm not even going to bother adding. But in the long run, it was something that I didn't need it for anything. I thought it would be handy because there's some things, some books that I like to read, a lot of them come in series. So like, that's a series, that's a series, that's a series, that's a series. And I just wanted to keep track of which one I had finished reading, because a lot of the audiobook ones I get from my library. And so it's hard for me to remember whenever I'm putting things on hold, if that's the one I need to read next, because something, you know, they come available whenever they're available. And so if I had one on hold that I haven't read the one before it yet, you know, I just want to keep track of that. So this isn't working. I need to come up with a different way. I do have a reading, like a notes page section in the back of my new planner. We're going to see if that works out. I did have a reading section in the back of this one, which we'll look at the notes pages after this, but that didn't work for me either. So I don't know. It's something that we're working on, you know, so hopefully it'll stick in the new planner. Something will like flesh out, and then I'll realize what I need to be tracking and how I need to be doing it. And then, yeah, this is something I was doing on a sticky note earlier in the year, tracking my debit card purchases. This sounds like a broken record because I say it in like all of my monthly videos, but I just need to make 10 transactions in my billing cycle. Well, it's my statement cycle for my checking account to avoid the monthly fee. And so I'm not a big spender, so I have to consciously make sure I'm hitting at least 10 transactions. And then if I'm towards the end of that statement period, I either can make sure I can maybe make a purchase earlier in the month that I had been planning to, or I could just go to the gas station and buy some drinks or snacks or something, or do my grocery order a little bit earlier, something like that, just to make sure I'm hitting those 10, because I don't want to pay. It's only an $8 fee, but I don't want to pay that if I don't have to, right? And then if I do have to spend $8, I want to get something like tangible for it and not like the maintenance fee on my bank account. So you know how it is, like whenever you're making an online purchase and you have to spend, you know, a little bit more to get free shipping, and then that amount to spend is like about the same or maybe even more than what you would have saved from shipping, but you're getting something for it, and so it feels better. I don't know, it's something like that. And so that's what I'm doing here, and that is something that I carried forward into the new planner. I have a space for that on my dashboard here. So we're doing that. And then I still have like the family time section. So the school notes or family notes, that's still in there. And then here was always just kind of random things. I would put like stickers to cover up that tracker all different ways. Sometimes I had a meal planning calendar sticker that I would put over here. So like I said, we'll look through that in a minute, but I this month had a little goal project thing to go through my closet, clean out my closet, buy anything new I needed. I have ordered some swimsuits and they are not going to be here till later today. And then the comfy dresses just didn't happen. I couldn't really find anything. And then I have some and I wasn't even wearing those, so I just decided I was just going to pass on the dresses. And but yeah, that was just kind of like a place where I was tracking a little project. And then my monthly menu plan, this is something that I've been doing for a long time now, and I'm pretty sure I've done it this entire year, and it works for us. We don't almost never stick to the actual plan. It's more just like, here's a list of things that we can have this week. And I like to see it in monthly calendar form because it helps me visualize, you know, what days things are happening. Like I can look at my schedule and just say we were doing something here and I knew we were going to be out late or like later in the afternoon. That would tell me, okay, well, I need to make sure that this is a crock pot meal or something. And so it's just like a way for me to see, here's the things we can have for dinner this week. And then maybe certain days are days that I need to have specific types of foods, or maybe we're going out a certain day, or it's a birthday or whatever. And so that's why I like to see it in monthly grid form. I do plan it all at one time, and that works for me because we're very laid back here. We don't really care. We know what we like, and I can just plug it in and just make sure I have a good variety. And then I don't buy everything all at once, but sometimes it does help to see, you know, do I need to buy the big bag of rice this month? Or, you know, if pasta's on sale, we're gonna have pasta a bunch this month, I can buy extra boxes or something. So it is helpful in that way. Just if I'm buying something and there's a good price for it, I can make sure I'm getting enough for the rest of the month. And then, like I said, I should have used this for reading notes or whatever, but I didn't end up doing anything here. And then we went into the weeks, and here was just my typical grid. It's a weeks style layout. So if you're familiar with the Hobonichi Weeks Planner, it's kind of like, you know, on one side they have this, and on the other side they have a to-do list section. So it's kind of like that, but just on the Erin Condren 7x9 page, and I love it. It works really well. And the only reason I'm not doing this going forward is because I really wanted to try the new 7x9 compact vertical layout that Erin Condren came out with this year. I did purchase another monthly planner to use just in case the compact vertical doesn't work out. I don't know. I think it's gonna work fine. It's just, I couldn't imagine not buying a monthly planner. And then that's going to be useful anyway, even if I don't end up using it for, you know, my weekly planning. But I still love this, and it's good to know that I have a backup plan if I need it. And I don't know, I may end up jumping into that and doing this for my content planning in that monthly planner. We'll see. I don't know. Well, we just have to see what the future holds. But I don't normally do the icons here, but I was just, I don't know, having fun with it that week and put a bunch of icons in. But as you can see, I'm more just like, let's put a piece of washi at the top and then write everything else in. And that always works pretty well for me. And then here, same idea, washi at the top. And then here I just went ahead and used some stickers. I was using up a old kit that I found in my stash, and so I was just using those stickers just to use them. I really didn't need to. And then here, same with this. This was a old A5 Daily Duo sheet, and I took 2 of the washi strips and just kind of like cut enough off and put some down here and here to make it fit the 7x9 page. And then this is where my sticky notes live, and that's it. That's really all there is to it. So let's flip through the whole year. So how have I used this thing? I've taken some stuff out because I've already moved into my new planner. And there was a page that I had popped in here. And so when it was open, it was like, this was like my home checklist, and then just like a cheat sheet of what I want to be working on each month. And then when you flipped the page that way, it had my school calendar, my son's school calendar on this side, and then this was just like a checklist and cheat sheet of different things we needed to keep track of for school. And then here I had messed up on my year at a glance. I had put some stickers on there, and then when I decided to take the stickers off, it ripped the page up really bad. And so I just covered these with my printable mini sticky notes. I printed the template on a sticker paper so that I could use it in the planner. And then I made like a Formula One schedule here, and I didn't like this, so I didn't do this going forward. But I liked having the times of the different events in my planner, and so that's what I'm doing down here on my dashboard page. And so I'm pretty sure I'll do this in the little dot grid section of my life planner dashboard every month. And so there's that, and then I won't have to flip back to the front of the planner all the time. I can just flip to the dashboard. This I never really used. I actually didn't fill this out until towards the end of the year, and I only did this so that I could just see if that's how I wanted to use those boxes going forward. And this was just like my recurring monthly, they're not even monthly tasks, they're like every 2 months, every 3 months, every 6 months, those kinds of tasks. And I just wrote them out here, but I have those on a notes page with a Planner Kate sticker in the back. And this is something I'm still building out on this side, but I did that here instead. And I did like this though, with the dot, with the Erin Condren Monthly color and the month, the small script that fit in here. I did like that. Here I had planned to do planning routines, and then I never did, and it's fine because I ended up coming up with a different way to do that. And then that's something that I'm also going to be revamping, and we'll do a video about it, but it's just kind of a cheat sheet on planning and different things that I need to keep in mind for planning. Now let's look at July. So this was very busy, and I started to learn that as much as I love using the G2 number 10 thick juicy pen, it's too much for my monthly spread. It's a lot. And this actually might not have, it's just very dark, very bold, and it draws a lot of attention, and it makes it look chaotic to me. And so I am not doing that anymore. I also learned that there's just too much going on with like all these bill stickers, and so I took all the bills out. I have another way. I use You Need a Budget, or YNAB, and I don't need that in my planner. I'm always reviewing it on my app or online, and it was just redundant, and it wasn't really anything I needed to have on my calendar, so I took that out. And then here's the dashboard. So this was before Kate ever came out with her monthly sticker. And then I had made this, and then I just decided I wanted to draw it in going forward. This is where I tried to use that tracker at the beginning. I did give it a shot. I had my like school notes and some project ideas and goals and stuff up here. And let's flip to August. So August is still very busy. I was still doing bills in here, and I was still using that really bold pen. And I can see that like the progression, I can already like imagine it towards the end of, like, we just looked at June and see how different, like how less chaotic it looks. Anyway. And then this is where I drew it in. So this is actually a piece of paper I washi taped in. I drew it very big here. I did 5 lines for each day of the week, or for each like week. And then here I decided, why don't I do it with only 3 lines? It was still plenty of room to write. And then I had more space down here to use for my checklist for my content planning. And then here I was still trying to use that tracker. I still had like the same setup where I was doing goals up here, projects here, and school notes here. And I'm, fleshing it out, trying to see if this was how it was going to work for me. I did end up taking my work stuff out of this planner, but I did like this. I do still use this same setup in my planning elsewhere, just not in this planner. Okay, now we look at September. I started doing a lot less. I started using a thinner pen, and I think it looks better. It's a lot more calm. I like it a lot more. And I just liked that it was all one color. And I liked that I used all Planner Kate stickers, whereas I think before I was using the Erin Condren stickers a lot. I was trying to use those as much as possible. But I think when I did all these Planner Kate stickers, it was like, yeah, this is it. This looks so much better. I did use a couple Erin Condren here, but I definitely liked this vibe better. Let's see, I skipped lines on my to-do list. That's just like a trick I do sometimes when I'm super overwhelmed. If I reduce the amount of space I have to write a list, then I can't put as many things on it. And I'm just the type of person that'll just keep going until I run out of space. So skip lines if you're like me. This though was way too much. So this looked better. This was a lot more calm. This was like, whoa, that's way too much. So I used a Planner Kate dashboard kit for the life planners here to fix my dashboard to be that one. And it's just too much. There's way too much going on there. And I didn't like it. And then my menu plan over here, I drew it in. And then this, I have this note here that I didn't like what we chose for our menu, but the actual plan worked fine. I was starting to do, I had purchased a meal plan and I didn't like it. And then this was a tracker from Planner Kate. Go into October, and this is where I did a different little thing here just because I like Halloween a lot and I love all the deco and the different like Halloween stickers you can get. And so I did this with Planner Kate washi. I bought the roll of this washi and I thought it was perfect for this Inspire design because it actually matched, like that background color of the washi is in the design, and so it worked out perfectly. This was like from the doodle sheets. I think this was the first time I had ever purchased the doodle sheets, and I had just gotten it for like, I think the 3 months. I got it for like October, November, and December, and then realized, okay, I really like it. I also tried to do like family time and just a bunch of stuff here, just kind of adding in all of the things that we do, and it was too much. It looks very cluttered and I don't like that. I like my monthly to look nice and calm. Like I don't know, I like it better with less stuff. I had started, I think this must have been where I started moving the bills. So this was, I had moved the bills here. Okay, so remember I said I didn't like the bill stickers, took them off the monthly. It looked much better without them, and I had moved it to this little section of the dashboard. And then here I decided to write it at the bottom. And I started using some other little stickers here to indicate the days that I knew I needed to make like a crock pot meal. That didn't last. Here I drew in my menu, and this, I think I posted a picture of this on Instagram and it was so popular for some reason. Like, I don't know, I got picked up by the algorithm or something. It's funny because like I do this every month, and this one month for some reason just like went off the rails. I had a tracker down here. This was just like a Planner Kate insert, and then I just kind of used these like these daily duo bottom box stickers here just for fun. I cut the washi here to fit here better, and then used these header stickers. And here was my school thing. I didn't end up putting any projects there. And then we get into November. Looks a lot nicer. And I don't know, this is kind of like the style that we kept going with. And then just like very pared down. On this, instead of a monthly menu, I just did like, this is what we're doing all month. We're just gonna repeat this. And that worked for us. And we just had some other notes here. I liked it. And of course I still had my school section. And then, let's see, in December, we have, you know, the same calm, more calm looking monthly spread with some Erin Condren stickers. This was just some washi. I actually cut this in half to use on here to indicate winter break. Tests and things for the end of the semester. And then I used an old sticker kit that I had. I think this was a plum paper sticker kit with the 3 circles for their dashboard and everything. I didn't end up using this for anything. I put this stuff here and didn't fill it out. I didn't fill any of this out. I'm not really sure why, but you know, it still looked cute. And then, you know, the menu, I had some gift ideas here, and we go into January. It looks good. I like it. This was where I tried to put like my recurring like self-care type tasks, and then I didn't like that. I didn't need to do that, so I stopped doing that. I think this is the only month I did that, where I added the icons on every day. I don't need that kind of repeating thing. And then, oh, here's where the stickers started, the Planner Kate stickers. And so I used that over here to cover this up. And then this was just like a project I was learning how to bake gluten-free bread. And then over here was just, I left the notes page blank for just random goal-related things and just other notes and stuff. In February, I took the idea where I had the repeating BW icons there, and I just kind of put them here and just said, these are things I need to do weekly. And I didn't really care which day it got done. And this was kind of stuff that I had on my tending list. This was like the first month I started using my power sheets for the first time. And so like, that's what this is. This is like Tending List Tuesday. And so these were things that were on my weekly actions for my weekly rhythms or whatever for my tending list. And so, you know, we have all those, same concept as most months. And then the stickers, again, I tried to put week numbers over here, but I just didn't like how that looked. School notes. And then over here I had my different goal projects I was working on. I had purchased the sheet of stickers that came with this cute like Hello February sticker. This was on that sheet as well, so I just decided to put like a next month sidebar thing over here. I didn't really need that because I have the next month I could just write it on. And then March, I broke up my list into categories here and realized I didn't need to do that either. And then I loved this sticker kit. This was an old Erin Condren like sticker subscription kit. I just thought that was really pretty. Another Planner Kate sticker for my menu. I did lunch ideas up here for my son. This was when he decided he wanted to start bringing his lunch instead of buying lunch at school. And then I had my little school notes section down here instead. And then I think this was just blank for notes. And you could see I started tracking all my debit card purchases on a sticky note. And then I had a no spend, which oh no, it was a low spend. And then I just stopped tracking it because, I don't know, I just did. And then in April, I broke up my list again. And then here, I wanted to use these old stickers. This was like such a pretty kit. And I bought the roll of washi from this. And this was just, I don't know, I had just a bunch of old stickers in my stash, and I decided to kind of build out a dashboard here. So instead of buying the sticker, I used the leftover date strip from like, because it comes with a Monday start strip and a Sunday start strip, so you can pick which one you want. And I don't use the Sunday start strip, so I cut off the end. I cut Sunday off the beginning and put it on the end so that I could use it there. And then I just drew it in. I had my sticky note where I was tracking my debit purchases. And then over here I changed my tracker to be just one habit, and then I like hid all the rest of the tracking. And I started keeping track of books I was reading here, and just, you know, notes, school notes are still there. May. And then this was the sticker for the menu plan. And then this one, I just covered the whole page with stickers, basically, the whole dashboard, and then just used one of the bottom box pieces from the dashboard kit, I guess, down here. I think this is separate now. I'm not sure. Like when you buy a kit from Planner Kate, I think you can get this part separate. I think that's what is going on there. And so I just covered the tracker that way, and then I broke out my reading, and then I never used any of this. I thought I would try to track like my transition to my PM routine. And then here I stopped tracking my debit purchases, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. And then we are in June. So that is how I used all of my monthlies and my dashboards. Now let's go to the notes section. And then this was where I was gonna do a bunch of pen testing. I just kind of drew out this like 12 boxes situation, and you can see I only did August, and then I just forgot about it. And then the same here, a year in pixels. I could go back and like look at the historical temperatures and fill this in, but this was just, I was trying to do temperatures, and I was gonna make a quilt out of it and just alternate the squares with white, and then just make a big quilt with scraps where like the main color of the quilt square was gonna be like the colors I put in there. And then I don't know, I just forgot to fill it out. I love the idea of it, but it's just something that I wasn't adding into my routine to fill out. And I don't really check the temperature. That's not really part of my day. I don't know. So that just didn't stick because I didn't make time for it in my routine, planning or otherwise. I was playing around with routines. I did a lot of like working on routines this year, kind of behind the scenes. Routines are hard for me. It's just my brain. I don't know. It's hard. And then this was the reading log I was talking about. I had started this, and then I drew this myself. So Kate has a reading log list now. I don't think this was available at the time, but now you can get this. So these stickers you can get from Planner Kate, but these were, I just drew out the grid. And I wanted the date finished on there so that I could add it to my Goodreads. And then this was the full page sticker that was available at the time for reading, and I was writing in what I wanted to read, and then I would highlight them when I finished them. So this just didn't last. I just didn't care. I don't know. It wasn't like important enough to me. And this I'm gonna try this year because I think it might be more fun and I can fit more. I think I realized that I wasn't going to be able to fit much on here, and I was going to be reading a lot more than this in the course of the year, and that this wasn't going to work, and so I kind of just gave up on it. But now we have this, and I can fit, I think this fits like 30 books maybe. I feel like this is closer to what I will read in a year. And then also over here too, there's a spot to put what I'm reading, like the book covers of the books that I finish. And then I used this Erin Condren, this is from the new sticky note booklet set, and I just took the grid page and wrote all the series that I'm working on. So if you remember, I talked about how I wanted to track the series. So I did that, and then I used this checklist marker, stamp marker, to just make a box for every book in the series, and then I'm just checking them off as I read them. And then I have some new series that when I finish these up, I can start on these, so that I'm not like, so I'm just remembering to stick with the series that I already decided I wanted to read. So that's just a sticky note, so I just stuck it on this page for now, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to use that. But so none of these notes pages really worked out for me. These were all kind of new at the time, and I was really excited about them, and so that's why I got all of them. But I didn't end up finishing them. So on this one, this was like the TV shows to watch, and I colored the TVs with which streaming service they are available on, so that I could just remember easily without having to go through all of them and find them. And then this one, I did the same. So these are all movies that I wanted to see. I don't know, I fell off of it. And then back here I was gonna have a spot to keep track of my Minecraft world. And I don't know, I fell off of that too. I want to do this again, but I think I'm just going to get a whole new notebook for that, and that will be another video if I ever do that. because there's just a lot more that I can keep track of on just like 2 pieces of paper. This was my Formula One schedule for 2023, for the second half of 2023. And I guess this is the first time I did that. This was the 2024, because this goes from July to June. So I needed both years' schedule in there. And I did look at this. I didn't end up needing this. This is all like the drivers and their car numbers. I wanted them on here so that I could start memorizing their car numbers. And then I was going to add 2024 here, but I didn't because I put it up here. And then this was my food prep cheat sheet. These are the typical things that I like to prep ahead of time. And then I was going to do an emergency menu plan here with a grocery list, just to have something available for basically like if my husband or anybody else needed to, like at the last minute, be the one that figured out dinner, it would be like here, and whoever was doing that would just be able to look at this, and then they could take this like sticky note to the store and buy everything they would need to make this. And I still love the idea of it, but it just didn't happen. And I just realized like we don't really need that in my situation. My husband isn't like, he can figure out how to feed my kid. And you know, my kid can feed himself even, but like it's not something that we really need, even though I love the idea. And I don't really have the kind of support system in my life that like a neighbor or a friend would come over and do that either. So it wasn't necessary, and so I didn't carry that over to the new planner. And then here I was going to do dinner ideas, which I never did, but I am going to do that in the new planner. And then here I wanted my ideal week and during the summer and the school year. And I love this. I never did it, but there's something like this in the power sheets. And so I didn't really need that in here. And then projects, I do need a projects list, but having it in this planner just didn't really work. And then this was my wish list, and I did use it for a while, and I added stuff. And then I kind of like made, this was like a Planner Kate wish list of like the R scripts, the V listings, and the BW icons that I wanted, and I was checking them off as I bought them. I still like the idea of that. I don't really do the wish list thing. Most of the time when we want something, if we decide we want it, we just get it. And so it's not something that I need a wish list for. And then if it's like stuff that it's just would be nice to have, I add it to my Amazon wish list. And so I don't really need to write it in my planner. And then the projects list is necessary, and I'm working on that with like my getting things done system. And we'll talk about that in future videos, but I don't think the projects list is going to live in my planner. So again, we'll talk about that another time. And then this was like, I was doing a Whole30, and I just used this page to take some notes on a Whole30, skipped that page. This was just some ideas for things that I can do when I'm bored, or when like stuff that I could do like for myself that wasn't like work or cleaning the house or taking care of my family or cooking or something. It was like, what are things that I like to do? And so these are things I like to do at home, and these are things I like to do when I'm out. And they're not very like, it's not like shopping or buying things. It's like things I can do. Skip that page. These were some goals for Q4 of 2023, and then some ideas of what I wanted 2024 to look like. And I had done this before I got my power sheets, and then all this stuff kind of ended up in my power sheets. And this was just some journaling about things and simplifying and stuff like that. Skipped that page. This was just some notes I took on my new planner and what I wanted to do in that new planner. Didn't use these, didn't use these, didn't use these, didn't use these. I had added on the extra pages of notes. And then these are the stickers I have left. For some reason I tore out another sheet of stickers. I don't know why. I already moved everything over, and that is the end of my planner. I got interrupted, and so I am filming the rest of this, the little outro of this video, at a different time. But so as far as the whole planner system going forward into the new planner, I want to be more intentional about my notes pages, because I had added the 40 pages to the end of this the monthly planner and didn't use them all, and then even the ones I used I didn't actually use. Like, I put stuff on the pages but barely ever looked at them again, and I think that's because it was in the back. It was out of sight, out of mind. I wasn't constantly flipping through those pages like I did with the rest of the planner. And so I think what I've learned there is that I really need tabs or something, not only just to navigate to those pages, but also to remember they exist. So being intentional about what kinds of things I really need to have notes pages for, and not just because there were fun stickers that went with them. Like with the movie and the TV show stickers, those are super fun, but for my purposes, I didn't need those. I can see definitely people how they would need them, just like with the book stickers and everything, but the way like we do movies is not, like, I'm not looking at my planner to find a movie or a TV show to watch. I thought I would, because there were a lot of movies and TV shows I was forgetting, but in practice it just didn't work out that way. So the things that I really do need to keep track of, I am keeping back here in these notes pages. I do have the cleaning, the reading section, and then I'll be putting a menu ideas list here. Those videos are coming up. I think I mentioned that earlier in the video, but the thing about having those back there, so we have the tabs. I had added these tabs. These are Planner Kate, like tab covers, but I just kind of use them on their own here, and I'm going to change the labels on them. But really, I think the way this is going to work is that I need to work this process, like these sections of my planner, into my planning routine, probably on a monthly basis. I don't know, with reading, maybe on a weekly basis for the reading log. I just need to have that in my plan. So I have my like planning routine cheat sheet, which that will be a video as well where I'm going to kind of go over that. But I think as long as that's on the cheat sheet and I actually look at that and kind of follow it, I can go back and check the sections and actually use them. So just it's also kind of part of the getting things done routine. Getting Things Done is a productivity system by David Allen, and this I love this. I've been reading the book. This is like the third time I've read it, second or third time I've read it, but this time I'm actually like highlighting and taking notes, and I really am wanting to implement this system into my planner. So you'll see that on the channel. I am most likely going to do a series about how I'm using it in my Erin Condren system, and the lists of like my cleaning lists and my reading lists and stuff like that. I think I'm going to use the principles I'm learning in the Getting Things Done system to make sure I'm keeping up with them in my planner and just like on a regular basis, so I don't forget about them again. So anyhow, that is how I used my planner in June, and then really just the whole year, and what I am going to be doing going forward in the new planner. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, please consider subscribing, because I post videos like this every month, and if you liked this one, you're gonna like those ones too, and I would love to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.